Hey YouTube, Somehow Magic here. This is a video response to Once Forgiven, Now Free on his Explaining Morality to Atheists. Now, before I begin this, I want to ask something. That anytime I do a video response to somebody, if it's clear that they are a respectable person, that they are not sitting there, that they're all about being asses or whatever, if we could keep ad hominem attacks about the person that I'm talking about to a minimum. It's distracting and it has nothing to do with the basis of what it is that they're trying to say or what I'm trying to say. It really doesn't do any good for anybody. Um, I don't know. I'm a general lover of people, and I get a kick out of them. And my goal and my interests are in this to learn something. Um, Not saying I'm going to remove comments that are like that or anything, but it's not necessary. All right. That being said, this might be a two-parter. I don't know. I really like to get into these kinds of talks, so once forgiven, now free. The floor is yours here.
Thought I'd make a video response to someone who raised some questions on a video I made. I previously made a video called Atheist Morality, or the Lack Thereof. If you haven't watched it yet, I'll post a link. You should probably watch that first.
I'm going to post a link to your video on that too. I'll put that on the screen here, like right here. All right, continuing.
And then come back here. So morality is a pretty confusing topic, and I got a lot of objections to that video, so in this...
Actually, and I'm going to try to keep the quick stops to a minimum. Morality is really not that complicated. It's good or bad. You make a decision about how you're going to react to something or do something based on, is this the right thing to do? Is this the wrong thing to do? It's that simple. You weigh the issues, are you going to do the right thing or are you going to do the wrong thing? You really don't need to get any more complicated than that. It's, are you doing right or are you doing wrong? That's all morality is. We don't really need to complicate it. Let's keep going.
This video I want to answer a few, two or three of the most common objections to it. So this guy here called Somehow Magic made a video response. So we'll just go through it and I'll respond to it point by point.
Moral framework is a social one. And until you can prove otherwise, there's going to be a good chunk of us who are going to believe that.
Alright, so you said that morality comes from a social framework. I'm going to show you that that is wrong. And not only that it's wrong, but you actually know that it's wrong. You intuitively know that that is wrong. Alright, let's look at Germany as an example during the time of the Nazis and the Jews. Alright? We'll use them as an example. So, if we look at that society, you would say that what they did was wrong. I'm assuming you would. If not, then you need some help. But obviously...
I agree. I would need some help if I didn't think that was wrong.
We both think that what that society did was evil. Now, here's the question. If morality is determined by societies, then how would you judge the morality of one society? See, you can't judge the morality of a society if society is who decides what is right from wrong.
I'm going to answer that question, and I disagree with you on that. Okay, here we go. This is where I have fun. This is where I feel like I shine. Okay? Now, our judgments on that society, when we're talking about Nazi Germany going after the Jews, we're looking at it from an outsider's perspective on the inside. We perceived it as wrong. Now, the followers of Hitler had a different perception of what was right and wrong. Their perception were the Jews are evil, they must be destroyed. So for them, the subjective thing to do, subjective moralities on that for what their perceptions of right and wrong were, to destroy the Jews so that their race could be stronger, so that they could weed out a weaker species, if you will. Again, they saw it as right. Their moralities for their social background said it was the right thing to do. Again, your perceptions on this, as are mine, are that it was wrong because it was, well, let's see. We just think killing is bad, okay? Now, let's take that to a different level. I could do this one of two ways. I can actually jump into the Bible and show where God committed genocide several times. But you see what you're doing here? You are actually saying it is wrong when they did it. But when God did it, it's okay. You are being hypocritical. You are being hypocritical. So why is it one can actually argue that it was wrong for the Nazis to do it, but it was okay for God to do it? A common answer would be, well, it is God. If he is the one who puts down what is moral and what is not, then, you're just going to have to let it go with that. Well, how about this? Let's assume that I believe there is a God, okay? Now, if he's the one who is handing me what my moralities are, and those are my tools to judge what is right and what is wrong, then going by the tools that he assigned me, that he gave me, I would then use those tools to say, dude, God, what you did was wrong. Continuing.
And so this is where your worldview completely fails here. It cannot account for what we intuitively know about reality. So see, it's easy for atheists to claim that morality is just a social framework. But in reality, it doesn't work that way. We know, we all intuitively know that societies are...
We intuitively know. We got moralities amongst a larger groups of people. We have a social agreement, okay? It's an unwritten one. I don't kill you, you don't kill me. I don't steal from you, you don't steal from me. It's kind of an unwritten thing. It is one of those things that will benefit both of us. We both get something out of it. No God is needed. Continuing.
We're not free to determine what morality is.
Absolutely, we are free to determine what reality is. It's based on all of our experiences. That's how we make those decisions. What is right, what is wrong, how we react towards people, how we react towards situations. It's all based on our own experiences that help us to qualify what it is we do with our experiences.
Let's watch the next objection.
Wait, I got one more point to make on that, because I talked about things with stoning and stuff like that. Now, in the Bible, I can see already, this is going to move into a two-parter. In the Bible, it says God is unchanging. Okay, it also says when Jesus came about that I am not here to abolish the old laws, but rather to enforce them. Now, if in the Bible, one of the big things with God, one of God's laws is to stone blasphemers to death, you intuitively know that that is wrong. Okay? So you're not doing it. So are you going to tell me that you will deliberately disobey one of God's rules, one of his laws, just because you feel that it is wrong? You see, that's the society part of you that is telling you that is wrong. That is an inaccurate thing to do. And you are deliberately disobeying your God. But you'll justify that. All Christians do. That's why we don't have a mass amount of Christians stoning people to death, because they know that it is wrong, despite what their Bible says. I'm going to stop it here, and I will continue on with a part 2. Please join us.